Hi! The Tashkos figured it all out. I'm Marite. Jenny.
Ray.
And today we're talking about, we just binge watched The Haunting of Hill House.
Yes.
Right. And so I know that some of you guys were commenting saying, hey, guys, why don't you finish the show? And we did. So here it is.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
It was very poetic.
I didn't really understand, like, the whole ending of it, because they were in this, was the room supposed to be, like, some sort of a void, or the house supposed to be some sort of a void?
I think it was supposed to be some kind of a void because
it
the
seemed
girl's
like,
husband wasn't there because he didn't die there.
Yeah, but it also seemed like people who were, like, in the future that were to die there were already there, which is weird.
Well, something that you have to consider with ghosts is, as if I'm the expert.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we're going to presume that ghosts are real, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which the show obviously does, that dimensionally they would be in the fourth dimension.
Yeah.
They're not constricted by time.
Yeah.
Right? Like we are in the third dimension. So, think if you have the ghost or the demon or whatever it is manipulating these characters, which there was a lot of manipulation in different time periods,
Mm-hmm.
which is something that we talked about in other videos, right? But I don't think that it's a stretch at all to say that it could, affect, show earlier versions of themselves what later versions of themselves are doing in that room.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and so it makes sense, I think, but I agree, it is really poetic, and it's fun.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a
Did we
poetic,
get spoilers
but
in the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is spoilers.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying
We're always doing spoilers.
Yeah, exactly. So
You
don't
cannot
expect
not do
nothing
spoilers.
less.
Darth Vader is Luke's father. Oh!
Yeah, I had to bring in Star Wars.
I know, every time.
Well, what I was saying was it's kind of it's poetic, as in they're trying to use it to be kind of creepy and scary, and how they're repeating things over and over, and they're leaving messages. But I don't know. It was just using it as a
How the bent neck lady turned to be.
I love the bent neck.
That was cool, and how she was like, how it made sense when she was floating above her, saying no. It's like at first I'm like, why the hell would a ghost be just saying no? It's like that's the weirdest thing. Why would she like be hissing or growling or something like that? Something creepy. Not
well,
just
I saw that they're trying to resemble the house when they made them look scary with their faces, and it looked like the statues, which is why my theory did not come about, because I thought they were somehow going to turn into statues, but I think that's what they were trying to do, because they were trying to say they'll become part of the house.
like all the frozen in time, like all the statues.
No, but I think a great twist was Abigail, little girl who was
Yeah, that made me,
at the end.
that made me upset.
that was
It was
Story-
so sad.
Story-wise, really brilliant, but,
It was.
like, person-wise, made me upset.
Yeah,
I was
girl
like-
just wanted
I
to
was
go
hoping
play.
she was dead to be already, like she was a ghost, just so that she didn't have to be poisoned at a tea party like that. I mean, that's like a horrible way to
No,
die.
I
And
guess,
everybody
like, you learn you don't sit, drink, or eat before other people.
And I mean, no wonder.
If she had
and
earlier, she would have been alive.
Exactly, and that no wonder Luke is so screwed up. He saw that, he witnessed that, a poor little girl choking and dying to death. No, that's why he's so screwed up.
And everyone keeps telling
Subconsciously,
him
you would
it's
know that.
not real.
Well, that, and the when he was in the dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
that too.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but
And
that
wasn't
makes
that
sense.
the
I
death
forgot though,
got
because
him
they told him
worse.
it wasn't real. That she wasn't a real girl, and so he's
And he's
like
like,
he just
he's
witnessed the murder, and they're
experiencing all
telling
these
him
things,
it
yeah.
can't happen.
And it's like, oh, it wasn't real. It's like, if that wasn't real, what is? It just screws with you.
Oh, you were saying?
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, they still didn't explain why he could. I mean, they literally didn't say anything about his glasses. The girl with the gloves completely made sense.
Which is something I noted from the beginning, is they don't look alike.
Yeah.
That little kid with the glasses becoming Luke, the drug addict. I mean,
a stretch.
story-wise, but then casting-wise, no.
That was bad.
Yeah, and
And
you
the
don't.
father, of course.
Your eyes can get worse over time, but they don't get, because he had like bottle.
And especially with
football
all those,
frames.
especially with all those drugs, his eyes would be very, very.
Deteriorating?
He wouldn't be able to see at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That-
didn't make sense
Unless
at
he
all.
wears
God.
contacts, but still.
Like my dad.
Oh yeah, you would have some.
No, you bottle cap
But
glasses.
he had Coke bottle frames.
And I thought he would have had some massive eye surgery.
Yeah.
No, but
Which he can afford if he's buying heroin.
exactly.
All
It's like here's a bunch of money for eye surgery. Go spend it on that. Sure. It's like he's actually gonna do that.
Maybe that's how he got addicted to drugs, was he was trying to raise money to get his eyes fixed, and he realized, oh wow, this is a lucrative business. And so after he could see, then he was back out on the streets raising more money for other things.
Yeah, apparently.
Where he got the eye surgery and then the medication they gave him, he got hooked on.
Oh.
It could be.
Oh.
That's actually
America.
really common.
They should explain though.
Yeah, at least get like a
Big pharma.
detail on how he got addicted.
No, but they give a
or
detail
how he
though that
lost
for over
glasses.
the years he
So
had been stealing
Basically,
from
it's
protesters.
Yeah,
Big
but-
Pharma in this country's fault.
Yeah.
Getting him addicted to opioids.
Oh, sorry. Crowley.
Classy.
Why
Yeah,
you
Crowley.
don't do that? Right.
Here's the thing.
Anyways,
Ah!
apparently the cat wants in the video.
Yeah, he does. He wants.
Along with this little girl.
Stop it.
So
Okay.
this is a cat, and
This is
I
Crowley.
didn't even need the second decor. I got the kitty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
it's a black cat.
Yeah.
That works.
Hi, Tiki.
Yeah, so
And Demon Child right here.
Yeah.
But as you were saying-
Okay. Talking about Demon, when she screamed in the car, I think that freaked everybody
Yeah,
out.
that got us
Oh,
freaked
that got
You
everyone.
good.
That was
You
good.
freaked
Because-
me out because all I heard was yelling.
there was a,
Yeah,
it was a really
like,
good
what
shot
else
of they draw you in the conversation
Yeah.
between the sisters, and you know that they're going to the house.
And they're just arguing and it gets intense.
Yeah, and so you're focused on the conversation, you're focused on them, and it's going, shot from the driver's side, shot from the passenger side, shot from the driver's side,
Yeah.
and so that's why it got us so bad. It was like, I was not anticipating, I don't think anybody was anticipating a jump scare
I
there.
don't know.
Yeah.
The whole way through the show, and any scary movie, I'm always like, jump scare coming, But that one, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then, what didn't make sense to me about that, though,
What?
is immediately after that happened, instead of going, did you see that fucking ghost? They're just like, are you okay? And like talking about what they were just talking about, like in the car.
No, they're
Well, I
focused
think it
more
kind of
on
made sense because
my
you're saying
husband
I'm
being
seeing all this stuff.
Yeah.
But, and just the other one, she was
The
other
other
yelling
one-
at the other one.
Well,
It was
the
like,
other
you're
one's
not
reaction. No. So the one Theo's reaction was normal because that's what that was what she was talking about the whole time. That was Nell.
No,
She
but
was
why
seeing
is
Nell.
Nell all of a sudden can open her mouth like that and become demonic? It's like she's a
Yeah.
ghost.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like
Well,
how do
she
they
is
turn?
did
I
like
don't
walking grow?
Like, they can either be ghosts or they can be demons. You can't have them turn into both.
they can.
yeah.
Apparently they did.
Yeah, they're
Well, I guess they're
get a
showing how they
license.
kind of died
Yeah.
and then decayed is pretty
Oh,
much.
yes.
And then they showed them like they were rebirthed over
Well,
and over
she
and over
didn't.
again.
Oh.
They were doing this poetic kind of
Shit.
thing where the guy was, they were trying to,
Oh.
obviously they were making it sound extremely dramatic because the guy that was trying to get away from his fears ended up like shrinking into the wall and then grew very tall. So it's like all these things.
You know,
It's like, okay,
yeah.
that's nice and all, but it's kind of like, did you see the one where it was something that I'm the pretty little thing that lives in the house?
You
Oh
don't want
my
to.
god,
That was
stupid.
stood in the
The
top
movie?
one worst movie.
no,
Yes,
that was the
it's supposed to be
worst.
scary.
Wait,
At the
Yeah.
end
And it
of
was
the movie,
supposed to
nobody
be-
understood what the fuck
No,
happened.
it's supposed to be
And
very
they were
poetic.
the
The
scenes
movie,
over and
nobody
over
knew
and
what
over
happened.
again.
No, but
In the middle, there was
People
no
like
end.
it because it's poetic, but I'm like, okay, be poetic and actually fucking make sense.
No, no,
It's
no.
just one
You
made sense
can't
a little
just
bit.
say it's a scary movie and then all of a sudden be poetic. It's like you can't do that.
Well, this one
Ow.
kind of did, but I mean,
No,
Well,
but
this
you
one at
can't
least
like
had
do
it, like-
all. They just
Oh,
kept
it was
having
good.
the
It
same
had a good
line of
story.
poetry over and over and over and over.
You know who my favorite character was?
Which
The clock repairman.
clock repairman.
Yeah, he was solid.
Yeah, because he hated Steve.
Yeah, nobody likes Steve.
Oh yeah, he did, huh?
What?
I hated Steve too.
Yeah.
I could relate with the clock repair guy, and he was just a very consistent character.
what do you mean he hated Steve?
No, I'm saying he hated Steve.
Yeah.
What?
Steve didn't
the
make any
older
sense.
brother.
Oh,
Steve was a
okay.
dick,
But you
and
just
also-
clocked to Steve.
Well,
Steve, the oldest brother who kept.
No, I got that. I thought
because
that
that was the clue
yeah.
that tipped off that Steve was also seeing ghosts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mess with him.
Yeah. But I think. Well, I'm glad that they didn't do what we thought they were gonna do, like have it
Oh.
all be in Steve's
yeah.
story. That would
Oh.
piss me off.
That was making us all mad.
Oh,
Because
that would've been
then it
horrible.
was looking like it was going to be, it was just all part of his book that he was making up. And we're like, fuck you, Steve.
I know,
We're
yeah,
like,
no,
I
but
was
they were
like, so
saying
your dad
well,
and
it
brother.
was they were saying that yeah, your dad died and your brother died. It's just like You knew they were that's what they were saying in there. So you knew it wasn't like completely made up.
Well, the dad did die.
Oh yeah, the dad. Oh yeah,
the dad.
Then it turned into a whole new different person.
Well, and
yeah, that's what Ray said. He's like, oh yeah.
I was like, all of a sudden,
I mean,
somebody died and it popped and it showed the dad supposedly younger. It's like, who the hell are you?
if the producers or the director or whatever liked the older guy, just have him put on makeup, make him look younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Yeah.
That would have made so much more sense. You would have saved so much more money instead of just using cosmetics. You hired a whole other person. It didn't even make any sense. He wasn't younger at all.
And you were gonna say the chick that kept like going after Theo. You were saying she was just like very adamant that she was gonna be Theo's girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah, that poor girl put up with so much bullshit.
I know.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
And she still ended up with her.
Left. Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But I don't know. She doesn't deserve that chick.
Well, she realized because when she was at the funeral, she was talking to her because she realized she was mistaken.
Yeah, but well, I guess
I think she really, really wanted her. Luckily, the Asian girl got what she wanted. Theo was no longer a bitch, so I'm like, kind of worked out for her. But
I guess so. You stick it out.
Yeah,
you stick it out.
Yeah.
Worst time first.
I figured I don't know. Well,
and I like how they finally explained the gloves kind of thing. We thought it was just for the first video. We thought it was because the ghost touched her, and so it made sense.
Because the first few episodes are really, really.
I actually liked Theo's episode, the one where she's trying to investigate to figure out what's going on with the little girl.
Yeah, that was
very
cool.
interesting.
I love that
because the fact that she could actually sense what's going on, that was cool. But what also I didn't understand.
And justice was served.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was a good conclusion. But what was the other thing? We talked about what made sense, what didn't make sense. There was something very big.
Okay. My question was who is the tall spirit man?
Yeah.
He was the one in
that's what I said.
That was in the basement?
He was a guy in the basement because he was trying to hide from all the spirits, and so he was trying to shrink himself down, and he got very, very tall because he was trying to. He was apparently like.
I thought that spirit was manifest through the one that crawled on the floor that attacked little Luke in the dumbwaiter.
Yeah, I thought so too. But he was the same guy.
What? You can't manifest yourself in two different ways like that, can you?
No, that's not confused.
No, but okay, they manifested themselves like 3 different ways. That was kind of like them.
Oh yeah, because the clock guy was the guy with the mustache, normal.
Yeah.
Fixing the clock.
Right.
And then.
We're talking about the tall guy with the bowler cap.
Yeah.
Around.
No, he was the one that was locked in.
I don't understand
so
why.
then what was the thing in the basement?
What I also don't understand is like at the end, the last episode where Luke sees his mom and she's trying to call him to keep him dead, and they're all wearing bowler hats.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I was confused. I'm like, what does that represent?
Maybe you guys know something we don't know.
Yeah, or you watched it more.
Well, no, I think maybe it was like
we love your comments, by the way. There.
Yes. Keep going with those. Those are fun.
Well, I think it's because it was morphing their dream. It was kind of like a dreamlike state, so things that they'd seen or experienced was morphing into it.
Well, why was Abigail still sitting at that table? That's my question.
I know, poor Abigail.
Girl, those parents took her death really well.
Yeah. They
did.
But it was just like I kind of get it because they've lived there so long and their parents and they know about all this stuff.
But my question is the baby.
So it's like normal.
The baby that died, and then they were too afraid because they kept hearing the baby crying, but I don't think they ever saw the baby. But they heard the baby cry, but all of a sudden Abigail dies in the house, and they see that girl. Yeah, and then when the mom dies at the very, very end, but all of a sudden she has the baby back.
Wouldn't have you seen her like a taunting horror, like a horror image? Like every living person was seeing the dead person as like some horrific thing. But when the old man went in the house and his wife died, he saw her like this beautiful, wonderful. Shouldn't have been. She should have been like a rotting corpse, and the baby should have been like.
No, she died. She died in natural causes. Maybe that's why it was better.
I don't know, but what about the baby was still like crying everywhere, and the little
someone
girl.
must have been taking care of it. But okay. So that's what I just remember one of the issues, and then I'll come back to that. One was who's the kid with the wheelchair, and 2, my other thing was my comment was
one of the first Hill people.
Hill people.
Yeah, the family.
Oh, one of the first families. Yeah, because there was a couple families before them, huh?
Oh, okay. So that was just something the mom was saying. Residual energy. Okay.
Also, there can just be other ghosts, you know.
Yeah. No, but it's not stopping the crazy one. The crazy one's the one that really.
Lucille, I think her name was.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Some kind of old tiny name.
Well, she fucked the mom's mind up, but then that's why confusing. So, okay, so the dad apparently has not been talking to the mom the whole time, but why is she before she died she realized she was fucked up that she just killed this child, and then when she dies and she goes back into the mindset of I must kill all my other children and bring them back.
Yeah, because she was in clarity when she died. For a little bit, and then
yeah,
like, I need
the other one talked to her, but the other one was crazy. So
and then
she kind of sensed that, let's not talk to this chick. It's just,
but that's the thing too.
Evil.
Abigail was not like I'm in a dream state. I'm in a dream state. She didn't go into this weird thing. I mean, they all came out of it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Every other spirit came out of their weird.
Well, okay,
kind of
think
thing,
about it from Abigail's point of view. Is she's sheltered from her mom a lot, and so she's just thrilled to be going and hanging out with people.
Yeah, she is.
She's like. Tea party? Sure, I'm in. You know, this is weird. This is a weird moldy attic, but whatever. You know.
This must be normal for other people.
I was confused about that room. It was like the Harry Potter, the room of Requiem, I think it's called.
Yeah, Requiem.
And then he has read the books, but
the room of
requirement. Okay, the room of requirement, and so it's a room where whatever you need, it becomes. But I'm like. Why is that one red room all of a sudden becomes a tea party and it becomes a focus, Cynthia. It becomes a tea.
His face is so funny.
No, it becomes a tea party, and then also that girl's ballet kind of dance room. It's like, first of all, how are they getting in there? Second of all, how do they not know it's the same room?
Okay, so the presumption, the basic presumption of the house is that it's haunted by a demon, right?
I thought so, but now it's not showing that it's haunted by demons. It's like haunted by the old-timey chick.
No, it wasn't haunted by a demon. It was supposed to be. It was haunted by the spirits that lived there. But the problem is, one of them was insane, and so. But
well, if she haunted the house, and she can make people see things, and presumably also be able to push people off the balconies, right? Then so her spirit is haunting the house, right?
Yeah.
So she has control over the house.
Yeah.
And she can affect people physically and what they see and what they hear, right? So then that all fits the qualifications of making the door, that room, accessible and unaccessible, and also look like whatever she wants them to see.
No, but she can only do one and two at a time.
No.
Wait.
They were separating. That makes sense now. She was separating them.
No, but Steve went in when Luke was in his clubhouse.
No. Because, what's it called? Steve went in when Luke was in his clubhouse.
No, but,
Wait, but they called it a treehouse.
Treehouse, yeah.
What made them think they went into a tree?
Like outside.
They were inside.
Because when they showed it, you could see the sun coming through between the boards, right?
Yeah.
So she made it look like maybe it was I don't know, kids are dumb. They don't know what a treehouse is like, apparently. But maybe they thought that his dad added it on to that side of the house. I don't know.
But the fact that they've been outside the whole time and you don't see a tree house, and all of a sudden it's like, how did I hear it here?
Maybe it was a clubhouse and they were confused.
Also, they were there for a very short time.
Yeah.
If they were living there for years, maybe one of them would be like, this just doesn't make sense. But they were only there, for a couple months?
Yeah.
Exactly. I guess it's like a huge.
Oh, and I liked how she did the forever house. Like, she kept drawing the same blueprint.
I know, she drew it backwards.
Because it was like, it was trying to hint that was going to be her forever house. And she was trying to kill her.
And it was.
Well, also
like
one
literally
big,
forever.
Yeah,
why was she only trying to kill the kids?
What's the big thing before we go on to that topic?
If that crazy 1920s spirit could take over and make the rooms and like stuff like that, why didn't the old lady do anything about it? If like in theory they all have control like that, why didn't the old lady help anybody? Or why didn't the clock man or anybody help anybody?
Why did the old lady stay old? If the other lady that turned old.
Okay, so
because I guess they stay at their age. I think they stay
how do you get demonic control over houses? That's the question, right? So, who's the one who sold their soul to the devil? Probably Lucille, the young crazy one. And the old lady in the bed probably was a victim of Lucille, and that's how she died.
So they're all victims of Lucille? Because they were saying Lucille's children got sick.
And then
that's where the kid in the wheelchair came. The kid in the wheelchair.
Who knows? She went nuts.
The baby died.
Yeah, but who knows if she was crazy to begin with and she just happens to kill the kids.
Well, who knows if she killed the kids because she said they died.
Why did she only? The mom only tried to kill 2 of her kids. It's like everyone else can go free, but I want these 2.
Playing favorites?
Yeah. It's true.
I'll keep these 2
and
for
then
now.
she's like, oh, bonus kid.
I'll kill my favorites.
No, it's like, why did you?
Oh no,
she's like,
they convinced them as those 2 that were dreaming. Because those 2 were the ones.
Yeah, the twins.
So she kills Abigail?
Yeah. Oh no, she had 2
like,
kids.
Collateral damage.
She had said she had 2 kids that died, and so she was saying she was acting if those were her children, and she's like, look, my 2 children laying there in bed, and so she's like, oh yeah, look at my children, they're so cute. Why don't I kill them? Using rat poison. I didn't watch. What? Yeah. I feel so bad because we're watching this thing. We're like, no, little Abigail, and she's
I was like, wait, is she actually dying? And then they show her like start choking, and it's like.
They're probably just sipping at it because you're like, maybe we should test this. Let's see who goes first.
If Abigail were like maybe 10 years older and had a social life, she'd be like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna leave. Thanks for the tea and everything.
Exactly.
It seems a little weird.
No, but it was funny. I mean, it was sad, but I mean, you could see in there because they're kind of, it's like they know something's up, and so they're like, let's see, just continue blowing on her.
No, they're like,
yeah.
Mommy's crazy.
She was like, should there be mold all over the walls? I don't know. But
she's like, does this tea smell weird?
I totally relate to that little girl because when you're a little kid growing up and you're just like, cool, I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah.
Like when I go over to my friend's house when I was little, and my friend's parents put out a bowl of jalapenos. I was like, I've never seen that before, but don't mind if I do. Bad decision.
Were you supposed to eat those?
I ate a whole bowl.
Why?
They were giving it to you to eat, or were they just setting it out there to see if you'd do it?
Oh, they were giving like a hors d'oeuvres kind of thing. Yeah.
Just jalapenos?
Yeah, pickled jalapenos.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
that.
not
That's
just fresh
good.
jalapenos.
Okay,
Oh,
I thought it was
okay,
like fresh. I'm like,
what?
Why?
I also
like,
ate
cooking
fresh
with it?
jalapenos because we had my dad gave me an acre out in the fields to go grow whatever I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
One of the vegetables I grew was jalapenos, and I would just go out there and eat them while I was like eating or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so I totally understand Abigail's thought process of, I don't know, never been over here before, but I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah.
No,
I just
so
wish
bad.
you paid attention to the other kids. The other kids were just like, Mommy's acting a little crazy, and they're just like sitting there like timidly blowing, while the other girl's like, I'm going for it, and she drinks and then she dies.
No, I'm like, did it not smell weird to you?
Did not taste
Well,
weird. It's like,
have you ever smelled rat poison?
No.
Probably she hasn't either.
yeah, but it's still like this tea tastes a little funny.
I totally just feel like the whole
just not
Abigail
good.
experience and that whole scenario was when in Rome.
Don't do it.
Do as the Romans.
I mean, I know this 5-year-old wouldn't think. I know, but I know the 5-year-old wouldn't think she'd just eat or drink anything handed to her. But it's like that poor thing. It's like she was just a victim in it all. I was like, she didn't even kill one of her own kids. I mean, it's like, yeah. That's sad, but it was your
I
own
mean, if you're
kid.
gonna murder kids,
You
might as well just murder
somebody
your own.
else's kid. The poor thing never had a life. She never went outside.
She finally snuck out. It's like,
I know,
this is
she's
my day.
She finally had a tea.
This is my day.
Her sleepover.
I can do it. I don't care. I'm gonna get so much trouble when I get home, but I'm gonna get
Poetic
to
justice.
get home. I'm so sad.
Lesson.
It's like, this is what happens. I guess this is what happens.
No,
when you
because I'm like,
sneak
the
out.
parents were like, what would be the worst possible thing that could happen if she sneaks into the house? And she's like, the
And
first
they
thing
specifically-
she does is sneak into the dark.
They were
Check down
sheltering
rat
her-
poison.
They were sheltering her specifically from that house
Yeah.
too.
For
Like,
that reason. For a reason like
she
that.
also did say like the rest of the world or whatever, but specifically
The house.
that house.
And she went and snuck out in the dark, and she's like, well, I'll get in trouble when I get in trouble. And
Yeah.
Like,
didn't make it to that
But I
part.
thought that originally because Luke said it was his friend in the woods,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so we all were thinking that she was a ghost in the woods.
Yeah.
So that was cool that she was a real little person. but
That was a cool twist,
That was
especially when he said
very
Luke, and
sad.
then the
Yeah,
little
sorry.
girl pops
Not
out
little
of bed.
person.
No, I thought
Little
maybe
girl.
it was the little girl was alive when the mom wouldn't say her name, and I'm like, oh, that's weird, because she just kept not wanting to say
She
her name.
didn't. She wouldn't say if it was a girl or boy either. She just kept saying.
But I didn't realize it was going to be a tiny... Oh,
I know.
yes, she did say it was going to be a little girl. But, I mean, who the hell...
So
I was
sad.
slightly confused because, okay, so it's all the jumping back and forth, which got a little easier over time because you recognize who was who.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a lineup would have been great in the
beginning.
I had no idea who the hell was who.
But also, it's like,
we didn't have very disruptive.
Well, we didn't have enough time to sit and watch the first 10 episodes to actually understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's like, you have to make it at least by the second episode.
We're not judging either.
Yeah, but at least make the episode.
Hey, we stayed up till like what, 1 in the morning watching that?
Yeah. He left in the fog. It looked like
every day really
Dracula was coming in.
I sent him a picture of The Exorcist.
Yeah, I can look out the window and there's zombie hordes coming through the fog. And have fun driving home, Ray. Yeah. Thanks.
That would be so hilarious. So imagine Olympia during Halloween with the fog coming in.
Well, I had when I was in a 40-hour straight Category 5 typhoon in Taiwan, it finally died down and it was like 3 in the morning or something, and I walked out there and that felt the most like a zombies movie scenario ever, because everything was all destroyed from the storm, and all you'd ever see is like a little cat running across the street or something like that, and then the lights were flickering and just everything was
creepy.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, at any moment there's gonna be a horde of zombies coming around the corner, but of course it never happened, but because I think we would have heard about it over here. But.
Yeah, probably.
So anyways, did we figure it out?
Yeah, we figured we liked the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or
that was pretty
good.
The show.
The show.
Yes.
Yeah.
The movie.
Alright.
It played out like a movie.
I always call it a movie on accident.
I think one of the best episodes was that one where they're actually at Abigail's funeral, and they're just it's
not
the
Abigail.
cameras are what? Nellie's funeral, and the cameras are just kind of swirling, and everybody's in a tense argument. That was.
And then everything was popping out, and the lights went out. It was really cool.
Oh, and then the older sister turned out to be a major bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Theo?
No.
Oh yeah. No, she was a bitch from the beginning.
Yeah.
But you mean that she was a hypocrite?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh okay, yeah.
Yeah, she was always a bitch, but now we know why.
I didn't think she was that big of a bitch until.
Yeah, she overreacted to everything.
Yes.
Right?
No, okay, yeah, but then it was also. Why did you just say? Because when the ghost was talking about it, it was you did all these kind of things. It's okay, why? You just felt bored, and so you decided to cheat on your husband, and then you see her one day. You think your husband's cheating on you, and then you fucking flip out. Yeah, with your sister.
Well, and that's.
I can see that. It was your sister. Your sister instigated it. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, she, when she's feeling ridden with guilt from the thing that she did and she never told her husband about.
Yeah.
And then it happens to her, the reverse happens to her.
Yeah.
And then she will overreact, to something, even a hint of it.
Well, no,
and I like how the husband was Nathan from One Tree Hill. That was a good surprise.
That was funny.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I figured because he didn't know what we were talking about.
Nope.
I kind of like the show. It's kind of repetitive.
The last
What
season.
show?
One Tree Hill?
Yeah. The last season.
Last season's very
Oh, we're not going to get on
But
that.
we're not gonna History of Vampire Diaries. That's what we're gonna be next.
I don't know. I'm kind of done with that show.
What episode are you on?
Okay.
Still the same that I was on last time.
Wait, we'll save that for
no,
another video. We gotta save that for another video.
Okay.
His whole thing.
I didn't watch any more of it since last time, so.
You need to.
We're gonna make him do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You need to get
This
past
is really good.
At a certain point, it gets a lot better.
Yeah.
You just have to get past the first few episodes.
The funny parts that they said are funny and I watched, they were not funny.
They're not funny in the beginning. It's funny later on.
It gets really funny
later on.
Your opinions on it was hilarious.
Right.
Which is why.
Okay, so the movie is awesome.
The show's awesome.
Okay,
The show, yes.
The show.
It did have flaws.
Haunting
Okay,
of
like
Hill House.
your issue, remember, was Steve because he did not look at all like the older guy.
Yeah.
One's chin is like
The
all.
Yeah, different bone structure.
Yeah.
Different haircut.
They should have worked on it. Well, younger Steve was a lot nicer than older Steve.
Younger Steve was
Older Steve's
spry and motivated
Yeah.
and eager and optimistic and never had life let him down so far, But then old Steve was cynical and he didn't want to believe that he was crazy.
And he kept telling his siblings he was crazy. They were crazy.
Right, which is mean.
Yeah.
Oh, and I like the cemetery one where he sees Luke sees his sister dragging him to
that was funny. That was
the grave. That was pretty good because it was daylight. Nobody expected that job.
Yeah.
Was that one of the scenes where I had my glasses up?
Yes.
Because they get smudged, and so I have to put them up like this sometimes because they get smudged.
Yeah,
and that's a legitimate excuse.
Yeah, every time there's a scary scene.
Well, hey, sometimes your glasses get smudged.
I wear glasses. I know what you're talking about.
And sometimes you don't bring your hood that you can put over your head completely.
Or fast enough.
So
I like that scene though because Steve was talking to his brother. He was like telling him not to be a crazy person, and then it made sense because it wasn't like he was pissed. That's because he thought
he's freaking out.
He's freaking out because he thinks that 2 of his family members have been taken down with mental illness.
Well, he's thinking like,
hold your shit together.
He's thinking is like getting knocked down by dominoes. Like first is my sister, then it's my brother, then it's my sister, then it's my no. I'm totally confused. Then like each family member get knocked down.
We're taking I
actually thought there was
we gotta wrap it up. Okay, we gotta wrap it up. But I want to say, keep following us.
Your comments are very much appreciated.
Yes, we love your comments.
Subscription is great.
We have Patreon. If you support us on Patreon, then we can...
Same name of the channel.
Yeah, the Price Girls Figure It All Out.
Yeah.
Patreon.
I was just saying same name, so you didn't have to say that.
We have the links on the description. And,
well, then we can binge watch the rest of the next scary movies. Oh. That should be one we should do, the Haunted series.
Okay. Not this. Not now.
We'll let you know what we're doing.
Not liking that one very much right now.
It's fine.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.